AD made it part of the Roman law, and if anybody didn't accept this religion, zip, he put to death. And the papacy took the Bible away from the people for 1,000 years in order to establish this Trinitarian crap into Christianity. It wasn't until Martin Luther that they was able to get a Bible to read. The priests weren't allowed to read the Bible. And then by that time they were so ingrained in them that the people have just accepted as the clergy finds it's real good business, so they don't want to get into it anyhow. So this is the type of world that we are in today. The very, very crux, the coming of the return of Christ. Why don't they accept the second Christ, the one that establishes the kingdom? Because they're drunk with the wine of the Babylonian whore. They're drunk with the wine of the Babylonian whore, believing in three gods. Ye God, there's only one God. How do they say three? Jesus never said that. Neither did he say his mother was a god and that he was a god. Yet she's worshipped as a goddess. So what does this world come to? No wonder they don't accept the return of Christ. So here has the second coming of Christ take place, or the second Christ has come, and he fulfills the prophecies for the Prince of Peace. And we're going to get into the proofs that Baha'u'llah fulfills these prophecies. But I had to wipe out the cobwebs that are in the minds of the people to show what type of a world that Baha'u'llah comes to. No wonder he was arrested. No wonder he was put in prison. No wonder the people and the clergy today reject him. Because they are in the religion of Satan. Satan started with Nimrod from the planet Saturn. So I'm going to start in now to give you the proofs according to the criteria that we gave for Jesus. Okay? In other words, if the criteria proves Jesus, okay, the same criteria applied to Baha'u'llah would prove Baha'u'llah. Wouldn't you say that?
Yes.
Yes. So this is what we're going to do. And the first thing we're going to show is that Baha'u'llah was prophesied by name from no less than from the lips of Jesus himself. Now, if Jesus tells us that Baha'u'llah is coming, who is it to say that he's wrong? What Christian could say that he didn't know what he's talking about? If he says Baha'u'llah is going to come, why would anybody say different? So we're going to turn to Mark 8:38. Would somebody turn to that?
Yeah.
Have you got it, Betsy?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read that?
For whosoever is ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him will the Son of Man also be ashamed, when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels.
Okay, thank you, Betsy. Now, what language did Jesus speak? He didn't speak English, did he?
No.
Why didn't he speak English?
He wasn't from England.
Well, England didn't have an English language at the time of Jesus. So what language did he speak? He spoke Aramaic. And this was the language of the Middle East at that time. And it came out of Iran. It's the Persian, Iranian language that the English and other languages come from. And this was called Aramaic. So when Jesus spoke here, he didn't say glory of the Father. He used the Aramaic word for glory of the Father, which is Baha'u'llah. Jesus said, when the Son of Man, and what does the word Son of Man mean? You know what a man is?
Yes.
You know what a son is?
Yes.
Well, it means he's the son of a man. Very simple, isn't it?
Yes, very simple.
So he said that this coming of the glory of the Father is going to be a man. See? And you have holy angels. The holy angels are those that were martyred, just like the apostles were martyred in the time of Jesus.
Mhm.
Okay? So when Baha'u'llah come, he came in the name of Baha'u'llah, but it's translated in our Bible, glory of the Father. Just like when Jesus was prophesied being Emmanuel
Mhm.
by Isaiah, Joseph called his son named Jesus. Two different languages for the same meaning.
Yes.
So here we have two different languages for the meaning. The name that Jesus said, Baha'u'llah, is going to come, and it translates in your Bible, glory of the Father. And Baha'u'llah did come. So would you get up there, Joe, and write up their name, and then put after that, right after that, put Baha'u'llah. All right, now this is very, very important, but there might be other people called Baha'u'llah. I don't know. You know what I mean? So how are we going to tell that this is the one? Well, we have to come from a certain address. So we're going to turn to Ezekiel, the 43rd chapter.
At the beginning?
Yeah, I'm going to stop you every once in a while, okay?
Okay. Afterward he brought me to the gate.
Okay, we just stop there. Okay, what language did Ezekiel speak? Anybody know?
Hebrew?
When he went into captivity, he spoke Hebrew, but after he was in captivity, he wrote his gospel in the Aramaic language in Iran. So this was written down originally in Aramaic. When he says gate, the Aramaic word for gate is bab, B-A-B. So every time you come to the word gate, say the word that Ezekiel used, not the translation of what we have here, and start over again.
Afterwards he brought me to the Bab facing east.
Okay. All right, now the forerunner of Baha'u'llah was called the Bab. And he was right there at the Euphrates, which is the starting of the east. And the western side of the Euphrates was the Middle East. So he was facing east. All right, continue.
And behold, the glory of God.
All right, stop. The way that we say the glory of God or glory of the Father in Aramaic is Baha'u'llah.
Okay.
So every time you come to glory of God, say Baha'u'llah and start over from the beginning again.
Afterward he brought me to the Bab facing east, and behold, the Baha'u'llah of Israel came from the east.
Baha'u'llah, who was born in Tehran, which is far east of the Euphrates, where the Bab was at the Euphrates. So Baha'u'llah was taken in chains from Tehran to Israel as a prisoner, fulfilling this prophecy, coming from the east to Israel. Baha'u'llah of Israel came from the east as a prisoner.